Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? This was probably not a good purchase, but you know the PZB2 has been around forever. They call it now the Panzer Kampfwagen B2 740F, but we all know it as the PZB2. This is a French tank, obviously. It's basically a Char B1, Char meaning armor in French, B1 being the model. So this is like the B2 model. It's captured by the Germans and made a little teeny bit better, but it really has, it's terrible pretty much. I mean, it's kind of mobile. It's the same as the B1. However, the nice thing about the PZB2 is that it gets preferential matchmaking. So, you know, this tank has been around since the beginning of the game. We are now 4 or 5 years into World of Tanks. Everybody knows how to beat it. It's not a great tank. It's got a terrible gun. It's got, you know, a big weak spot on top here. Obviously, it's sort of soft on the front. You can side scrape with it pretty well, but the gun is deplorable, so you're going to have to carry a decent amount of gold rounds. You know, I haven't played it yet. This will be my first time. One of the things I noticed when I first got it was that it has a terrible crew layout. So this is not going to be a good trainer for your crews because it does not line up. So it's more for a fun kicking around on tier 4 type tank. Really, that's all it's for. If you want to go out and kill tier 4 tanks, that's what this tank is for, because as long as you platoon with either the Valentine 2 or other PZB2s, you will only see tier 4. That's the only tier it sees. So, I mean, it's like super duper preferential matchmaking. Usually when this tank goes on sale, it's like anywhere from $30 to $50. This is the first time I've seen it in a long time that it went for $9.99. I just couldn't resist. I wasn't going to buy it, and I hemmed and hawed all day. And like I said, this tank's been around forever. I've had other opportunities to buy it, and I just haven't bought it. But I was like, you know what? I might as well just get it. I like the French B1. It was a horrible tank, but I did like it. It was kind of fun to play. It had good handling, mostly. So I got it and just looked into it, and I got to say I'm sort of disappointed about the crew. I have to keep one radio operator, and then I'm using my Tiger II crew for the rest, but it does not fit any German heavy tank crew. So you're pretty much having this tank to train some of your crew members for other tanks. So now I'm going to have an imbalance. These guys will all be like 82%, and then the other guy will be like at 50%. So it's not a good crew trainer. But I wanted to have a decent crew in it, so whatever. I mean, it is... Life goes on, and I'm just going to have to put up with it. But this tank is really for fun. It is not going to be anything other than making some credits, playing on Tier 4, blowing off steam, and getting frustrated with the gun. So let's real quick go through the stats, and then we'll go ahead and take our look and take this thing for a couple battles. First of all, 400 hit points. Not great, but not terrible. I would rather be in this tank than one of those poor Japanese heavies at Tier 4. 340 horsepower engine, top speed of 30 kilometers an hour. I will say that if it's anything like the Char B1, it will get to its top speed pretty quickly. So it's not a fast tank, but it accelerates very quickly up to that speed. It's got an excellent traverse of 45 degrees, so a second. And that is really good. That's like medium tank speed on its rotation. So that's pretty cool. Hull armor, 60, 60, 55. That's not horrible for Tier 4. 46, 46, 46 on the turret. The turret's kind of soft, but it also has some good angling, so it will bounce some shots. The standard shell damage is 39 to 65. Not very good. However, the gun does fire every like second and a half. And the penetration is super low at 41 to 69. So I'd say on an average, we're looking at 55 for the average penetration. That is great on Tier 2. Tier 4... There's a reason why this tank only sees Tier 4, like the Valentine, and let's take a look at the Valentine 2. The Valentine 2 is the only other tank in the game that gets preferential Tier 4 only matchmaking. In fact, these two tanks are the only tanks in the game that get just their own tier matchmaking, except for maybe the Panzer IIJ. Here the penetration is 51, and this gun, of course, is miserably terrible, so it's pretty much the same thing. I would say between the two, I haven't played the PZB2 to really tell you, but I have a feeling that the Valentine might even be more fun because it has better armor profile because of its little size. But this tank has the potential of being more fun because it's more mobile, believe it or not, than the light tank Valentine. This thing's going to be faster moving and faster handling. Though the Valentine also has a good traverse speed. So, terrible gun. That's really what's going to hurt this tank. So you do need to carry gold with you because even then the gold doesn't have very good penetration. But you're going to struggle with some tier 4 tanks. If you run into a Matilda or maybe a Martyr 38T, T28E, F30, man, they are going to rip you to shreds. I remember, I don't know if you guys saw a video I made a couple weeks back, maybe a month or two back. I had a battle in my T28E F30 where I ran into a clan platoon of 3 of these PZB2s, and I killed all 3 of them by myself. Well, with a little bit of help, but the T28E F30 just ripped all 3 of these tanks to shreds. So they're not super tanks. And in fact, after I'm done doing this review, because I know there's going to be a million of them out there tonight, I'm probably going to grab that tank and go out and kill some of these. So it's fun to hunt them down. But it has a great rate of fire. The turret traverse at 44, if you combine the tank traverse and the turret traverse, if you need to whip the tank around, it gets around pretty quick. Terrible view range, 330, but that is what a tier 3 or tier 4 heavy should have. And a decent signal range, 525, or okay signal range for tier 4. I've equipped my tank with the gun laying drive, the, what do you call it, the, oh my gosh, the spall liner, and then also a tool kit. I didn't want to spend another $500,000 on vents, which only get you a very small increase in performance from your crew. I felt like the tool kit would probably be better trying to get the thing to get fixed faster. And eventually I will train this crew. They are my heavy tank crew for the Tiger. They will be trained on repairs also to get a nice bonus in that arena. Not going to paint it with camo. There's really no point in doing it. So let's go ahead and take this tank for a spin and see how it handles. Oh, look, top tier matchmaking. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho ho. So it looks pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's a PZB2. It's not a great tank. Let's listen to this guy start up here. Though I do like this tank frame, like I said, even of course, the infamous LEFH is also based on the B1 frame. The B2 is no exception. It has that cool exhaust. But with my German crew, I know against BC's orders, I'm going to cross the river and push on this side. You know, at tier 4, it's not a huge deal. It's when you start getting the higher tiers that really makes a big difference. I bought it, Ryan. What? What? No, I'm not, because I love the B1.
You're going to use it, and you're going to be like, why did I buy this thing?
It's got tier 4 matchmaking. It's going to be fun.
Trust me. Wait a week, and you're going to hate it. You're going to complain about how you...
I don't know. I like low tier tanks. That's where I play at, because I suck. My stats lately have been slumping, man. I just have not been playing good. I mean, come on. I'm facing LTTPs. I mean, how bad can it get? And PZ1Cs. Now, with that German gun, it should be fairly accurate. I know even on the B1, the French tank was pretty accurate. However, the distance is going to really reduce the penetration because, like I said, this tank does not have much pen to begin with. And you start adding in, 200-300 meters, and it's, yeah, not going to do much. Oops. Slow air time. And here's the problem right here. He's behind something. Nope. Uh-oh. This is really bad. So I'm going to pull out of here because our LTTP is about to get killed. I should have let a little more. It does have kind of slow air time. I'm leaving. There's really no point in staying there and getting clobbed, so I'm going to push in on these guys that are on cap, and here comes the 3. I'm in trouble. See where I'm at. Trying to get into cover here. Good. Got away.
Now, the Toldi and the LTZ are going to be pretty good at penetrating this tank, because, like I said, it's got pretty paper-thin armor, and that's a bad move right there. I just can't do that, so I'm going to have to look this way for these guys. And these guys, of course, are going to be coming across at me, but I got to watch what's going on here. I think we're going to lose. You what, Rue? Ryan's going for a walk. Come on, dudes. Help out. Bye, Ryan. Oh, well, I'm going to push the Toldi because I can at least penetrate him. I'm calling for help, trying to keep these guys' attention focused on this dude, and I'm going to get killed here. And here's the problem. Once again, the penetration's an issue. And he's penetrating for some reason, I'm not. And thanks for no help, guys. Whatever. So you can see there, I couldn't even penetrate the front of my own tank, but he was using gold on me and I was not using gold on him. So what are you going to do? You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And our guys, you know, it's like, what else are they doing? But they're just sitting back on the hill doing nothing. So hopefully we'll win, but I have my doubts. Nah, come see, come saw. That wasn't horrible. Got a lot of spotting. Got a lot of bounce shots, too. Surprised I didn't get a steel wall for that because I bounced like 30 shots. Yeah, and I should have been on top. I was the top tank. So, yeah, you can see it's not stellar. It wasn't too bad. I wasn't willing to use gold when the other guy was. And I wonder, you know, looking back, I probably should have just golded it against that guy. He was using it against me. But you saw how bad the penetration was. I couldn't even pen this right here. And it's just... I would have had to switch up to the APCR. So let's go ahead and run a couple more battles. And I knew this would happen. The downside is when they have a PZB2 sale going on, it's not a good time to run the PZB2 because you're going to run into... I don't know how to join platoons. Is it Alt? How do I... Oh, somebody else did anyway. Okay. I don't know how to do that. People ask all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, you're going to run into a bunch of other PCB2s. That's just how it goes. So I'm going to watch what these guys do, and I'll go the opposite way, maybe. So once again, decent armor. Not so decent gun. Where are these guys going to go? So I'm going to push the river because I'll be the other heavy. The nice thing is, though, once again, you're only going to ever face tanks of your size and caliber. So you don't... It's like being tier 10. Even a crappy tier 10. It's just you're still tier 10. You're the top tank. I'm going to push a little bit up and then... And then stop right here because, obviously, nobody's going this way. So I ain't going to push the road by myself, but we'll side scrape here a little bit. And see what happens. Interesting that their PZB2s are pushing up the mid. They're not working together, obviously. So we've got two BZ. So I'm going to head up this way now because I know where two of their... Oh, there's all of them. Wow. So hopefully these guys will be able to defend, but I'm going to push up and see if I can get around these guys. Obviously nobody's coming this way, so... The LTZ should be able to rip that PZB2 up. So we're going to push on them now. Yeah, we crashed. Love that. So their PZB2s have been halted, and I am on the advance, and I'm all by myself, and I'm not really doing anything. Are you going night night, Petey Reedy? My pretty girl's going night night. There they are.
It starts at 6 in the morning. I mean, 11 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
It starts at 11 in the morning, so it's
So we got a pair of Valentine 2s. That's not good news.
and that also has 6 hours.
These guys have better armor than I do. Mwah, good night, P. I love you. 3 Valentine 2s. This is bad. Yeah. And they're using gold on me. You can hear the sizzle. So I'm going to just back out because there's no way I'm going to be able to do these guys by myself. These guys working together. Well, nothing you can do about that. They're definitely using gold for sure. You got CIA guys here spamming gold in their Valentines, and so you're not going to be able to hold that off because even if I can penetrate, which I was, they've got a faster rate of fire, and so 3 tanks against 1 doesn't work. So it looks like we're going to win this one anyway, but it just goes to show you that I show you the real games. They're not always good. I have bad games and good games, and in this case, I got overrun by a triad of clan members running, the Valentine 2, which I did say at the beginning of the review I think was possibly going to be the better tank, but I don't know. I mean, so far, this PZB2 is not the better of the 2 tanks, and I just got ripped to shreds. So if it had been one of them, maybe I could have outdone them, but anyway. So I'm sure we win, but we'll see at the end. And so that was a terrible battle. I did get some shots, but I had to use gold. 147 damage, bottom of the team. Not a good battle. But even firing almost exclusively gold, I still made money. But, yeah, unfortunately, that was just a bad game. So let's keep going. I think, too, as the crew gets better, obviously I have a pretty just averagely lame crew in this tank. I think as the crew gets better, we will also see an improvement in performance. So off we go. And look, another PZB2 extravaganza. Which sucks because that means you're going to have to use gold because you can't penetrate yourself. So, and like I was saying, this would be a really good night to be in a T30, the T28E F30 is going to be a great tank for this kind of night because he just pens right through the PZB2. And they have a hard time with him. So here's the T28 right there. This guy's got the right idea. But the F30 gets the even better gun. So 2.2 second reload. That is not very good. It's supposed to be under 2 seconds. Once again, my crew is, well, they're 100%. So I suppose vents would have been a good option. I can still do that. I have a toolkit on there. I may rip that off and put vents on it at a different date. So look at this guy going so much faster than I am too. What the heck? He's juicing or something? And they got a PCB2 going up. And we've already lost the tank. Ay, ay, ay. So we know we're going to run into their PCB2s, but maybe just one of them. So the hope is that we can get around this corner and rip this guy up. Push on him. We got to push him. Yep. And we need to push around behind these PZB2s. PZB2 party. Give them more than one target. And once again, you have to be, even with the gold, you got to be willing to. Gotta hit that little thing on top. That's really the only way to penetrate these with this tank, unfortunately. If you can hit it. And the gun, is, as you can see here, it's not super accurate. So I've used a lot of gold. I'm going to try to help this BZB2. I'll take some hits for him because he's taking a lot of hits. Ah. But I'm going to take a couple hits here and let him... Because he's eating a lot of health, so... Well, now I'm stuck, huh? Oh, come on. But that helps. So now we're both alive still. And we have another PZB2 coming up behind us. Now, you got to be careful of the 38T because he's going to rip me up. But he doesn't have any armor, so the good news is... What? Oh, this team! It's like I finally have a good game, and we're going to lose because of... Well... Wow! And like I said, the 38T can just rip you to shreds. There's no defense against that thing. And I got unlucky. I misdid the math. I was thinking, oh yeah, one hit and I can kill him. Nope. Oh well. What are you going to do? He does a lot of damage with his hits, and we've lost this. So... but we did kill... Look at their PZB2 has 4 kills. He ran into the light tanks. So, yeah. And so, another terrible game. Once again, we're not going to have great games. Because with everybody playing the matched tanks tonight, we're really going to have pretty much a stalemate. So you can't just go out there and rock it. But it is what it is. And there will be a lot of times when you run into that. You're going to find... Quite often there are nights when everyone's playing PZB2s. I see that pretty frequently when I run my Valentine. So it is a very popular tank at this point. And like I said, it was kind of an exclusive for a while, but they've just sold it so many times that everybody pretty much has them now. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's a terrible tank, like Ryan was saying. It's not a great tank either, though. I mean, it's really... I don't feel like I can really push with it, you know. But it'll be interesting to see how it develops. Once again, this is not a review. This is a first look, and that's why we do this. I want to see how it plays, and you get to see my first couple battles in the tank. And when I go to do the review eventually, we will, I try to get, about 100 battles in a tank before I'll throw out a review. Unless I really get the hang of the tank fast. I really like to live in it for a while to see what it's going to do. So this tank does not, this is battle number 4 coming up here. So let's do one more battle. Hopefully it'll go a little bit better. I'm not expecting too much, but... So far, I like it. It's not terrible. So here's Nightmare matchmaking. I'm going up against a platoon of PZB2s on the other side, and a Matilda, and then we have a bunch of tank destroyers. So while they get 2 kind of crappy tanks and a great tank, we get a SAU 40. Nah. He's saying, don't tell me it's on rental. Picked the wrong time. A wrong time to get turded TDs. That's so funny. Nah, I think... We'll say, nah. They... Okay, we got Lux. And the MA1. I don't know if I can get shots on this dude, but I'd like to try at least. Nope, he's down too low. The Lux is going to come in and kill our poor tank destroyer. Type 91 is cresting the hill for some reason. Not sure why. Lux did a good job spotting. Valentine needs help. Somebody help the Valentine over on that side. I know we're going to run into these PZB2s. I'm not looking forward to this. I've got the Type 91 with me, and it's a piece of crap. We've already lost our T46. Not a big deal. But here they come. Nice shot. He's going to have that dude's attention, so he's going to stroll right out where I can hit him. Perfect. Side scrape like a champ. Oh, the Type 95 goes down hard. And it's back to regular ammo. I did gold it up there. Sorry, folks. Just got to do it with this tank sometimes. And came out of the confrontation pretty good. Those guys just rushed too hard and thought they were super tanks. You can see me bouncing off the looks there. And missing the looks. I don't know, got a little bit of lag going on. And then I totally outright missed. Just bad playing on my part. A swing and a miss. So our tank destroyers have done a good job holding off the tanks. The Sow's got a kill. The Martyr's got a kill. The Su-85B has a kill. Nice job, guys. I wasn't expecting that, but they were able to hold off them, and we took out their big guys, so we should be good for a win at this point. The LTZ's getting a little bit over extended there. So yeah, you know, if you like to fling gold, this tank is workable. However, I think if you tried to stick with just regular ammo, you're going to be hurting a little bit. It depends. It depends on the game, depends on what you're running up against. This would be more typical matchmaking, what we're seeing right now, than what we saw in those last two battles, because those are like battles where we have everybody's running these tanks, and that's only common when the tank is available for sale or for rental. So gotta keep moving. M37's probably lining me up in the crosshairs. Oh, LTZ bites it. I'm gonna try to sneak up on this MA1. Of course, I might not want to do that because I'm getting hit and I can't see. View range issues right here. Oh, getting torn to shreds. Whoa, I need to get out of here fast. Okay, getting behind the rocks. And I got the M81 behind me. Shoot. That's who I didn't want to find necessarily. Trying to stay hidden here, not doing a good job. Come on, dude, take him out. There we go. S35s. What are we losing here? We're losing people. Unfortunately, I just don't have any eyes over here, so... And the BT7's keeping me spotted, so... I'm gonna die. Help! Well, that was stupid. I shouldn't have pulled out. Yeah, Su-85. Any tank destroyer is going to rip you to shreds. And that's, you know, you got to play it safe. And unfortunately, the flat open ground is not a good spot for a heavy tank to be. And I just waltzed right into that one. So, I don't know. We could still lose this one. Our guys aren't... we need spots. And unfortunately, our scouts are all playing twinkle toes with Mr. BT7 artillery around here. Just get it over with, guys. Get it done. If those guys had been lit up, I might have not made stupid moves like I did. I thought, well, maybe they're looking elsewhere. But nope. That was a bad move on my part. So that was a good last game, though. Once again, this tank is fun. It's not super... It's pretty much the same thing as the B1, you know, except for it's got preferential matchmaking, which the B1 does too, but it doesn't get tier 4. It's tier 4 and 5. So it gets... Oh, oops, I think our guy just did that. No, it wasn't. We're going to lose. These guys are going to blow it. I can't watch. So, first impressions. Well, if I wasn't playing like a Yutz, tank's not bad. It definitely is not great by any means. It makes okay money. I mean, I just make like 10,000 credits, 15,000 credits in the last 4 battles, because you have to fling gold to make it work.
So I'm not super impressed with the tank, but I wasn't planning on being like super excited. I do like it. I like it. It does definitely move faster than the Valentine, but it's kind of the same idea. So if you like the Valentine 2, you're probably going to like the PCB 2. If you like the B1, which I don't know anybody that does, but if you do like the B1, you probably are going to enjoy this tank too. It's all right. It's fun. For $9, yeah. For anything more than that, heck no. So, and it also came with 350 gold, just to put that out there. Because the tank's probably only worth, I think actually cost of the tank's probably like $6 or $7, but it's not too bad of a result there. Our Valentine was top score with a lot more damage. Whoa. And I still took home 17,000 on that battle. So there we go. That significantly increased our earnings. But yeah, that was a good game. And even flinging gold, I still made a decent amount of money. So I just should have not pushed out when I pushed out. And I could have survived to the end of the battle and made even more credits. But hindsight's always 20/20. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first look. And, definitely as these premium tanks come out, I try to buy them if I can afford them. Sometimes I can't. But this time, I'm like, it's $10, man. I can't. How can I resist? So should you get it? Well, like I said, that's entirely up to you. It's not a good tank, but it's not like the worst tank I've ever played either. So have a good night. I'm going to go into my T28F30 and go steel clubbing. Have a great night. We'll see you on the battlefield. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help.